I'm going to try to keep this a little bit shorter. I've had several requests to shorten my videos because I tend to get a bit wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. So I'll try to keep it short, but no promises. Two quotes for you from Babylon 5. It's Season 3, Episode 13, A Late Delivery from Avalon. Both from Ranger Marcus Cole, whom was played by Jason Carter, and I got to meet him at Phoenix Comic Con. It was an interesting 30-second conversation, and the guy was as jovial as his character. It was lovely to meet him. But anyway, so the first quote, he said, and I may be paraphrasing a bit because I'm terrible with this kind of stuff, but he said, I used to think it were awful, that life were so unfair, but then I thought, if life were fair, wouldn't it be awful if life were fair, and all the horrible things that come to us came because we actually deserved them. So I now take great comfort in the general hostility and unfairness of the universe. I absolutely butchered that quote, but that's why I gave you the episode reference so you can go look it up. It's a truth. Life is really, really, really unfair, unbalanced. There's always going to be somebody that has something that they haven't earned. There's always going to be somebody that has earned everything and gotten nothing, and all shades in between. And when it comes to your training, the same thing is going to happen. There are going to be people, in body types, we know them as mesomorphs. There are those who have the shape and the athleticism that they never have to work for. It just comes easy to them. There are people who, in academic studies, just get it. It just comes to them. The nice thing is, fairness has nothing to do with it. There's nothing you can do to change your genetic circumstances. There's really not much you can do to change the circumstances of your early childhood. You just kind of get dealt a hand of cards when you're born, and you got to make the best of it. And there are some people who are great examples of turning that around. I mean, Scott Sonnen is a famous example of it. Multiple learning disabilities and childhood obesity and family history of disease. And wow, okay, so my dog is scratching herself on the tripod. And he turned it around, and now he's one of the world's leading fitness experts. So, it's okay that unfairness exists, because you can always do something with it. If you're dealt an unfair hand in your favor, run with it. Do something with it. Don't take it for granted. If you're dealt an unfair hand against you, you know what? Turn it around and prove everybody wrong. You will be the better for it. Not really an excuse on either side of it. And if you're any shade in between, like most of us are, do the best you can with what you got. Prove everybody wrong that doubts you, and prove everybody right that esteems you. The other quote is from later on, same episode. Once again, Marcus is talking to Dr. Franklin. Both cases he's talking to Dr. Franklin. And he's talking about the Minbari jewel that he wears. It's really the badge of the Ranger. And he says, in response to Franklin's question about it, says that the Minbari have a saying that to understand the battle, you must first understand the language. War is as much concept as it is execution. This applies to your training, this applies to your studies, this applies to everything. It is all in the concept, it is all in the fundamentals. The execution is important, absolutely. But without the guiding fundamentals underneath it, you're going to end up with poor execution, poor results, because the principles, the guiding concepts underneath it all are what shape it. It's that sensitive dependence on initial conditions from chaos theory. It is that exact concept itself that guides this idea, because without the concepts moving from the origin out, radiating out into the execution doesn't really have a proper direction to go. And it looks like I'm approaching the 6-minute mark, so I'm going to keep this wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey rant short. I'm going to cut it off here. But I want you to think about these things. Unfairness, it's okay. And concept, principles, foundations are as important, if not more important, than execution. I will talk to you guys later. Good journey.